just ask, one of my colleagues drew an analogy actually with Senator Eugene McCarthy. This is the stalking horse argument. And some of the, whether you think about this, basically creating an opening, LBJ dropped out and your father became the front runner. When you think about the various scenarios of how your role in this election could play out, do you think about some of those scenarios, or even whether you may create an opening for Donald Trump to win?
Well, I don't think that that's a plausible argument, because I get many more votes from President Trump and independent votes than President Biden does. Look at any of the polls that put me against Donald Trump, and I beat him handily, whereas President Biden either ties or loses. So, I think President Biden, 75% of the people in the country do not want him to run for president, and he will get no votes from the Republican side, whereas I get votes from everybody, from independents, Republicans, and Democrats. And I don't, I'm taking more traditionally conservative voters who will never vote for Trump. I mean, we will never vote for President Biden, but might otherwise vote for Donald Trump.
I've seen you talk about the coverage that you've received being unfair. I am curious about, do you feel the coverage about Donald Trump has been fair, or the other GOP candidates, since you're looking at the big picture here?
I don't. I think, listen, the days when the mainstream media was actually reporting news are over. News stories are now, virtually all of them are opinion pieces. And, both sides, all the media, whether it's Fox News, takes sides against the Democrats, and the mainstream media, MSNBC, CNN, and the New York Times, take the side of the DNC, and they report it as if it were news. There used to be a major distinction between the news pages and the opinion pages of these organs, and what was news and what was opinion on the television networks. Now there is no distinction. Everything is opinion based. Everything is point of view based. And Americans really, one of the reasons we have this huge division in our country is nobody trusts the mainstream media anymore. And there's good reason, because, you're not getting any kind of neutral reporting of actual facts. So I see it twisted on both sides.
I think you touch a nerve that is very similar to the one that the former president also touches. And I'm curious, I'm not trying to bait you here at all, sir, would you serve in a GOP administration, given the number of Republicans who actively support you and support your policies? I could see a scenario where you could possibly serve on either side. Is that possible?
I would doubt it, but I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not looking to get into government except if I can actually fix the government. And I think the one place that I can do that from is the presidency.
And there's no other option for you to do that? I know that you don't have a plan B at the moment.
I definitely would not welcome that. And I'm not going to say that would never happen, but I would never be happy. I would never be happy doing something like that. If you're talking about if somebody out, hypothetically offered me to run EPA, or HHS, would I do it? Probably not. But, I'm not going to absolutely say not. But it's not why I'm running. I'm intending to win.
I understand.
And I wouldn't want to.
You would be such a powerful force in the EPA, given your background. I'd be surprised. I bet a lot of people would welcome you in that role. But of course, we are talking about the presidency right now.